Well, is this working? Oh my god. I think it's so I had to go back to OBS Studio. I'm very upset because my Streamlabs, all my settings are gone, which luckily they're basically an import from the OBS settings, but I had to redo a few things, tweak a few things. Some things may not sound as good as they once did, but we are golden. Now, how do I show my live chat? Do you guys know? Chat? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, I need to figure... I gotta sign into chat. Hold on. Hold your horses. I might have to do some two-factor shit. Hold on. Stand by, folks. Stand by. We're going dark. We're going dark, Elon. Dark Doge, dude. Hell yeah. There we go. All right, two-step verification. Hold on. We're getting back on. Don't worry. We're getting back on. We're doing some two-step. Yeah, it's me, boy. Boy. We're going to get some live chat going. Oh, my God. Dude, it's Mussy Monday, dude. Mussy Monday. All right, so we're back. We're live. Oh my god. Can I chat? It works. Oh my god, I signed in. I baked you a pie. Says, I'm going to get the chats up. Don't worry, my bussy brothers. The mussy and the bussy, and they don't know why. They don't know why. They don't know why. The mussy and the bussy, and they don't know why. They don't know why. You got the mussy and the bussy, and you don't know why. You don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. Got the mussy and the bussy, and you don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. I'm that kind of guy. Oh, what did I do to you, bussy man, to make you treat me like shit today? What did I do to you, bussy boy? What did I do to you, bussy man? I don't really know. I've got a master plan. What did I do to you, bussy man? I don't really know. I got a master plan. What did I do to you, bussy man? I don't really know. I got a master plan. Oh, what did I do to you, mussy bro? I don't really know. You acting like a hoe. By the way, one big shout out to my brother. Today is his birthday. He turns 35 today. Can't really celebrate with him because he's in Eugene at the moment. He's doing some things and partying hard. I think he's probably going to the strip club and stuff like that. And he's a smart man. Strip club's such a waste of money, but no, hey, good on him. Yeah, really, I'm the mussy and the bussy, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. The mussy and the bussy, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. Pop out, chat. Gotta do this right. I gotta do this right. If I want to make my bussy time. I'll answer you guys' questions here in just a goddamn minute. You guys are making my bussy feel freaking angry and upset. There we go. We got the live chat back. All right, you guys. Jeez. Here we go. Can I chat on here? And yeah, I can, dude. Let's get this a little heavier. Yeah. There you go. You kind of see my bussy here. More bussy. Bussy to the mussy. Here we go, dude. If I go a little further deep, yeah, there we go. That's the kind of chat that I want. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. It's making me moist. All right, here we go. So we have our chat. Might have to make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Want to make sure you guys can see the chatters. Look up Stevenson218. You look like them, says Marshall Worthington. I don't know who that is. Take your word for it. I baked you a pie, says hi. Oh, Jesus Christ. He said, welcome back. My hand is sticky, says Danny Boy. Fortnite, do you play Fortnite? Says Cheyenne Davis. No, I do not play Fortnite. I tried it once and I was like, nah. Marshall Worthington says, look up Stevenson218. You look, okay, great. I'm glad I look like them. And then Trayvon says Sigma, blah, blah, blah. Knuckles is just like, hey, can you say F? Okay, god damn it. I don't know who this person is you guys keep referring to, all right? But the mussy is the bussy, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. The mussy is the bussy, and I just don't know why. It's nice to see the chat working, though. It's nice to see that I'm live. I'm actually shocked. One moment, folks. I'm just sending my girlfriend a message. Our little Misty kitty, you know, she's struggling. And she's a sweet cat, man. It's just tough. It's tough seeing any animal really struggle because she's just a sweet cat, man. All right, we're back. Marshall Worthington says, I will sub if you look them up. I will be a sub as well. When I say sub, I mean submissive. I'm a little bit sunburnt today. I actually played some basketball in the sun, and it was worth it. Airport Heights basketball court. Really, really good spot to play ball. It is honestly a tough and tier place to play ball. Let's play ball, it's game day. We want strikeouts, base hits, double plays. Roar of the crowd. Come on, Marlins, make us proud. Keep hoping and dreaming, and you will soar with a little faith and love. You will soar. I think it's luck, actually. No. With a little faith. I'm cooking a pizza here and just baking a pizza here in just a second. I'm going to set a goal here, super chat goal. I want to get 50 super chats. We'll go all colors count. You know what? We're going to go an hour. Also, I got to put the poll out, you guys. I got to make sure there's a good poll for you guys to look at. But yeah, I don't really care if you sub or not, man. I'm pretty picky about who subscribes. So we need super chats. We need simps, dude. We need as many simps as we can get a hold of. Are you a simp? Are you a simp or are you a pimp? I'm gonna create a poll real quick. All right, just created a poll. Would you ever protest Donald Trump or Elon Musk? And we got a poll going. Let's see. All right, Tim Smith says I picked... Oh, Tim, you're killing me, man. So Tim Smith says Tim Smith picked up 3 60-year-olds, it looks like, at an Elon protest today. Hell yeah, dude. Hashtag gilfs for Tim. So good job, Tim Smith. The Cougars are out to get you. Oh my God. Oh man. It will actually make me happy if you look them up. Oh. All right. Fine. I don't need your subscription, but I do like to help, okay? So Stevenson 218. Let's take a look. So this person says I look like Stevenson 218. I have a feeling this is going to be like gay porn or something like that, but we'll take a look. We'll have a leap of faith, and we'll take a look. So let's share the screen. That's not going to work. Let's do a window capture. This is going to take a second, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to try to do a, not display capture, window capture. Here we go. Okay, browser. We'll just call this Brave Browser. That will be the good one. Okay. So I had to redo some of my settings because I went back to regular OBS because I was getting tired of Streamlabs anyway. So I'm kind of glad Streamlabs fucked my shit up. And yeah, I'm a little bit pissed. Little pissed, but not too bad. I mean, I'm gonna live. I'll be fine. It's not fine though. Oh my God. Elon, dude. But hey, dude, sounds like Tim Smith is picking up the gilfs. Good on him, man. I don't know how true that is, but whatever. I don't care. Tim Smith is the man. I respect a man who does his thing. So, oh yeah, dude. Okay, we're gonna open up Brave. Let's open up our Brave and Here we go. We're gonna make it more vertical friendly. So we're gonna go up like this, and we're just gonna go down as far as we can. Okay. That is probably going to be the best we can do under the circumstances. So, we could duplicate this. Could we? I don't see why not. Just add it again. It'd be a recursive. Do a double window capture. Holy shit. That'd be actually kind of funny. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. All right, dude. We're going to get 2 Brave browsers in the house. All right. Just put them right below each other. Hell yeah. That's funny as shit. I'm innovative. Not really. Okay, so while we're on the Brave browser, let's take a look. It'll fill in all the windows. So let's go to google.com. And what are we looking up, dude? We're looking up, let's look at the chat again. Okay. God, dude, I have a feeling this is going to be some porn. Hold on. Before I look this up on the Brave browser, I'm looking this up on fucking Google Chrome. I feel like this is some porn, dude. Stevenson. I swear to God, this is porn. I'm doing this on a safer. I'm doing this on my safe browser. Red supergiant as possible history. Okay. Okay, that is pretty good actually. That's pretty funny, man. Holy shit. Okay. Let's look at some images of Stevenson 218. And so I see why he's saying I look exactly like this hypergiant, by the way. Stevenson 218 is actually a star. And it's a very big one. So the reason he's calling me a star, because I am a star, but he's saying that I'm very red and I look like a tomato because I got a lot of sun today. Look, I'm a pale dude. Ain't gonna lie. But I had to get some sun. I had to have a lot of fun. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, Stevenson 218, that was hilarious, dude. That's pretty funny. Yes, I do look like a red giant because I'm fat and I'm very tomatoey right now. Curtis Knight says cougars are on the prowl. I think the only people who hate Elon or Trump are older people because they've been fed the lie that Elon and Trump are basically Hitler. That's so stupid. I hate that shit. I'm gonna eat some red vines to cope. Oh yeah. Let's take a look at the poll. So, would you ever protest Donald Trump or Elon Musk? It's 50% of you say yes. They're both out of control. And 50% of you say no way. I support both legends. Oh yeah. We need more red vines. Look how red I am. I'm almost the same color as the red vines. So. Trump is awesome. Hell yeah, he is. So Tim Smith says, a lot of boomers don't like Elon because he uses computers and they don't understand computers, so they don't like him. That makes sense to me. That actually makes a lot of sense to me. He wants to automate the world. They don't want the world to change. They're older, so that makes sense. The irony is, Elon Musk is progressive as shit. He's a man, dude. It also looks like a revolving surface structure. Jay Child of God says, I voted for Trump 3 times. Lots of dumb people out there. Absolutely. You know, I voted for Trump straight up. I'm proud I did. You know, I guess people believe what they believe. You know, I'm fine with the tariffs. I think my buddy's pissed. My buddy's a little bit pissed at me. He's a little miffed at me right now. Because I think most news outlets are fake news. I really do. I don't even care if they agree with me. I honestly think Fox News is fake. I think CNN is fake. I think MSNBC is fake. I think a lot of the shit that they put out there is meant to keep us all fighting amongst each other. Any sane, reasonable person... By the way, Asmund Gould recently reacted, and I do like watching his reactions. They're fun. He reacted to some old clips of Bernie Sanders and Nasty Pelosi back in the day, who were on board with tariffs back in the day and saying that we need to level the playing field. The same shit Trump was saying. And it made me laugh because the Democrat Party is the party of go with the flow, go wherever the river takes you. They don't have the ability to stick to their convictions. The Democrat Party actually used to be okay with tariffs. The U.S. doing tariffs. Now, because Trump is the one doing it, suddenly it's an evil plan meant to make the world a lot worse. It's like, is the stock market going to be down for a bit? Sure. Who the fuck cares? Are things going to be a little more expensive? Yes. That's okay. I feel a lot better about that because at least there's no more slave labor. You know, at least there's no more sweatshops, factories. I don't know. We're not really living in that kind of time anymore, but I'm fine with it. But, you know, the economy is going to go down for a bit. Sure. Things are going to get a little more expensive, but you know what? There's going to be more job opportunities. You're not going to need a college degree to be able to work. You just got to have a bit of a brain and be trainable, you know? Simple as that. I'm glad they're bringing manufacturing back to America. That needs to be done. You know, one of the reasons the working class has abandoned the Democrat Party is because the Democrat Party doesn't give two shits about the working class. And Bernie Sanders even said that, of all the people to say it, by the way. So yeah, no, I'm on board with Trump, what he's doing. I'm on board with Elon. Are they probably doing some unethical things? I have no idea. I think my buddy does send me some articles, but because I refute here's the thing, my buddy I'm going to mention this term again because I think it's kind of a stupid term, at least in my case. Derealization, right? It's a stupid term because I think, and as much as I love the guy, I think he's a little bit upset that I don't believe the things he sends me because I just don't trust the news. Even local news, for the most part, I feel like even leans one way or another. Some local stations will lean more right. Some will lean more left. I want kind of a neutral news reporting. I feel like a lot of these news stations are just trying to find or make up shit. You know, it's easy to make up shit. And because I know human nature so well, human beings lie. And now I'm not saying that all of them do, but I don't trust news organizations at all. You know, they used to be kind of trustworthy, I guess, but now it's getting to the point where their ratings are so low that they have to make up stuff just to get people to watch. And the one thing my buddy doesn't realize, is that news stations don't care about giving you the truth. Even news websites really don't care about giving you the truth anymore. What they care about is their ratings. That's right. And, they just care about their ratings. And if that's one thing that you can't admit to, then, I mean, look, there's a reason. There's a reason I don't believe the news anymore. I just feel it's just kind of pointless. Now, from time to time, I will watch a couple things, but I will watch raw video of things. Like, for instance, if I want to know a politician's scumbag, for example, I just need to see them speak for about 20 minutes. I have a good red flag detector, man. I know when somebody's kind of a piece of shit. And you can say that, like, oh, but all the liberals out there be like, well, you didn't see that Donald Trump's a piece of shit. It's like, well, first off, he's not perfect, but he's definitely effective. You know, I like effective people. I like people who get shit done. I don't like lazy people. Like, I understand if there are things that you can't do, that's fine. But if you are deliberately lazy, like, it just frustrates the shit out of me. Like, and like, I understand, look, everybody's a little lazy from time to time. I'm talking about in general, if you're just generally lazy. I understand that sometimes there just doesn't seem to be a lot to want to work for. Sometimes you have to make up a purpose. Sometimes you do. And my purpose is try to make the life of those around me as good as I can make it. You know, as great as I can make it. But look at the clutter in your house, but my house is not cluttered. Hold on. So there's this. I have a cluttered desk, don't get me wrong. Well, let me just show you guys the rest of the house here. Look at that. Immaculate. Do I have a few things on the ground? Yes. Hold on, I can only get this so far. But my kitchen counter is a little messy from time to time. Now, if you look at the top of my fridge, yes, I got a couple things up there. I got my George Foreman grill. I don't really own a lot of shit, though. But yeah, there's a couple things that are cluttered. The cool thing is that I keep my floors very clean. Dookie Dunker says, fair my bet. Dude, I'm a minimalist. Dude, I don't own shit. I do own things, but like what I'm trying to say is like I don't own a lot of stuff. Like I keep it to the bare essentials. I have my tools. I have my computers, which I have like, let's see. I got some tablets too. I use those as ebook readers. Dude, Marshall Worthington, I'm not listening to you anymore, bro. Fair, my bad. It's okay. It's okay. It does look a little cluttered because if you look at here, that looks like a bit of clutter. I also have my C++ book that I keep on over there. I do need to make some dinner because I haven't eaten dinner at all today. So, one moment. I will be back. I'm only going to be away for 2 minutes. Hold on. Motherfucker, DiGiorno like I'm gonna make it a DiGiorno. Oh no. Fucking. This is how I drive, by the way. This is how I drive. Fuck. Shit. That's how I drive. Fuck. Alright, see you in a second. Feeling like a big boy today. Played a lot of basketball earlier, carb loading a little bit. Feeling a bit tired. But it was a good tired. Like, I needed to play ball. Let's see. Yes, both are out of control, 40%, and then 60% say no way. I support both legends. This is kind of it's getting close. Might have a split here. Let's see, majority rule. Let's see. Look up revolving service structure. You look like them. Wait, I waited for so long. Marshall Worthington, bro. Dookie Dunker says, dox me on live. What the fuck? Wait, who am I doxing? Who did I dox? I'm trying to figure. Hold on. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. You keep posting your address, bro. I might have doxed somebody. I don't know. Never mind. Maybe I didn't get the joke. Whatever the joke may be, it just flew over my head, probably. Wait, your comment was pinned? Oh, you're just talking about it was probably showing up on the screen. Yeah, I just kind of leave pretty much the last comment that was made by whoever. Kind of just let it sit on the screen for a bit until the next comment comes through. I think I hear like something on the other end. I hear like a little tick, tick, like in the walls. I don't think it's rats or anything, but like, it sounds like somebody's on the other end of the wall. It's okay, whoever's on, but I guess I'll have to just be like, hey, whoever's on the other side of the wall, you can make whatever noise you need to make. Do what you got to do. Oh, man. I mean, this show's kind of an unprofessional show anyway, so I don't really care. So, what do you guys want to discuss? I'm going to let you guys discuss what's going on, because I know there's a lot of people protesting Donald Trump and Elon Musk right now. And they're mad about the tariffs and stuff. It's just a lot of old people who are pissed that the stock market went lower because of the whole tariff situation. And it's because economists and all the investors are freaking out. It's, we live in honestly, the stock market is a very reactionary market, no matter what. There's nothing that's ever really truly caked in. Once an event happens, it happens, and the result is either bull run or bear run. I call it a bear run. Look, it either goes down in value because everybody's selling off, or it goes up. Either way, when there's massive sell-offs, I will always be here to buy. Like, I'm all about buying. I'm a buy and hold kind of guy. I like to buy indexes anytime I can. And that's just how I roll. I'm about those index funds, bro. Oh. No super chats, though. I was really expecting a few super chats and stuff like that. But hey, we got 5 votes though in the poll. That makes me happy. Oh man, I can't wait to have some pizza. After playing as much ball as I did, I'm craving some motherfucking pizza. All right. So I thought about doing a protest down at Seven Devils, an anti-protest to the protesters today. Because everybody was, I guess everybody in my town was protesting Trump and Elon or whatever. I wouldn't say everybody in my town, but all the older Democrats, basically. I think they're mad because their 401k took a little bit of a nosedive. But they don't know what investing is because they're gamblers and they think their house is an investment. That's the one thing, man. I will say I call it boomer money, where boomers, all they know is their 401k and they think their house is an investment. I will mock the shit out of that till the end of time. I gotta mock it. I think it's stupid. Your house is not an investment. It's good. It's a place to live. And if you can get a good mortgage on it, then it's basically better than renting. So at least a fixed mortgage, your rent, you don't have an increase in your payments, so that's kind of nice. There's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits to a 30-year mortgage, for sure. And I've considered getting a 30-year mortgage, and hopefully, if all goes according to plan, a lot of the properties around here will just go down in value. But yeah, I think it would be a good idea for me to learn how to, speak to different realtors and try to figure out how to get a hold of some foreclosed homes. A lot of them do need work, that's for sure. It would be fun, though, to work on a home, Like, for example, like if the home had at least one really good room in it, everything else maybe is shabby or something and just needs a fresh coat of paint or something. I'm fine with that. And the sad part is we live in a very depressed area. And when I say depressed, I mean this area it's depressed. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. There's not a ton of job opportunity around here. When I do DoorDash on the side just because it's a great way to make money, And I love doing delivery driving, so it's a fun thing for me. I do plan on probably getting up pretty early tomorrow, doing like an early morning, DoorDash thing, which kind of sounds fun anyway. I love doing DoorDash, even if it's in the morning time. So I actually did DoorDash earlier, but I didn't do it for very long. I only did it for I only did one order. But I had to help a dude jumpstart his car today because I did a delivery and I happened to come across a dude who needed a quick jumpstart. And I keep hiccuping. I'm sorry, you guys. It's going to be a miserable cast here. But yeah, the guy needed a jumpstart. But the funny thing was there's this dude who came out of his car and he had one of these instant car battery booster things, and we were like, oh, okay, cool. So we ended up using that instead. But yeah, it's good shit. I will admit, I rather enjoy trying to help people out when I can, but yeah. Sorry, guys. I keep burping, man. Sprite is the GOAT, by the way. Sprite is the greatest of all time. Can't wait to eat a pizza. Stole that guy's pizza. It's fun to do OBS again. You know, as much as I like Streamlabs, I will admit OBS is just, even though Streamlabs OBS is OBS, the Streamlabs modifications overall are not as good as this. I really do prefer going on here on OBS more than anything. So it's fun. I really enjoy the live streaming process. One thing I did need to fix, I realized, was the audio. How is the audio settings looking? How are the audio settings looking? There's a certain output for the audio. Oh. What are the recommendations here? Okay, we're good. All right, it doesn't matter. But yeah, OBS, Streamlabs is great. There's a few like little cool things that are in there, but honestly, I don't really need it. I don't really need Streamlabs. I prefer so I don't know. Go Blazers though. City Boy says City Boy 503 says go Blazers. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. No, I do love me some Portland Trailblazer basketball, man. I haven't watched it in a while though. I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough, dude. We're just not a competitive team, man. If we look at the NBA rankings, like let's look up NBA standings here. So if we look at the Western Conference, so here are the Western Conference rankings. And we'll just put it up on the screen real quick. Let's open up Brave real fast. And I am going to go to screens. There we go. So if you take a look, what we're going to see is Thunder are number one. They have the number one seed. Wow. Dude, the Thunder have been unbelievable this year. They are clear number one. I think they've already clinched, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they've clinched the number one seed. The Rockets have looked really good, too. They're 51-27. That's insane. So Rockets are looking great. Number two seed. I mean, here's the thing about the Western Conference, though. It's always a tight-knit situation a lot of the time. And then we got the Rockets at number two. Third seed is the Lakers, 47-30. Four seeds the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets. Damn, dude, this is really tight, dude. Like the difference between the Nuggets going to a play-in, dude, they're only like. The Nuggets are barely above these teams. Warriors, Grizzlies, Timberwolves. Dude, the Nuggets could be a couple losses away from going into the play-in tournament. That's crazy to me. But the Blazers are the 12th seed. I don't know if you guys can see the Blazers on here, but the Portland Trailblazers are the 12th seed at the moment. And what that means to you guys doesn't mean really anything at the end of the day. 76ers are terrible. But yeah, 12th seed. So we could, in theory, hold on. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, so the play-in tournament is the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seeds. Portland is the 12th seed. Now, where we could... oh, wait a minute. We don't... It's an 82-game season. Take those away. 70. So game 78. So we got four games left in the regular season. I don't know if Portland can make that playoff push. Because we would have to, in order for us to even get into the play-in tournament, the Kings would have to lose some games. We would have to win some games. Like, our odds of getting into the play-in tournaments, very slim. And even if we got in there, we would get our asses handed to us. So yeah, the Portland Trailblazers are terrible this year. It sucks. I want to see them better. But What's a boy to do? What's a boy to do? 'Cause I don't know anymore. What should I do? What should I do? But yeah, Michael Donaldson says it looks like you got some sun playing basketball. And I absolutely did. I am a little bit burnt. I didn't wear any sunscreen, but look, I do need to get a baseline. So Michael Donaldson, I'm a tomato, bro. I'm a damn tomato. I'm on my phone, and I'm looking at these random vertical streams, and trying to see, like, what the fuck's going on, dude. Some of these people are getting hella viewership. I don't know what this dude's doing. I'm trying to get a better idea on how to do vertical live streams a little bit better. Well, these people... Oh, these are... I'm looking at a live protest. Oh, whoa. This is kind of cool. This is a live feed of some kitchen. That's kind of neat. I'm trying to get better ideas on what to do. I just figure that sometimes you have to copy other people, and sometimes the best artists steal, and sometimes you got to figure out what people are doing. And it looks like people are, I don't know what people are doing right now. This is weird. I have a feeling though there's a lot of people on their phones just kind of sifting through all these motherfuckers. This dude's like fucking smoking in his garage or something like that, and he's fucking doing all sorts of shit. This guy's the man, though, dude. This guy's tight as hell, dude. This guy's the man. Yeah, I like some of these people's sets. Oh, dude, this person's like actually playing a game. That's fucking cool. Xeno car. Huh. Interesting. Oh, this person's got a motorcycle cam, dude. Look at this. This mofo's like driving through live, like in, I don't know if it's like LA or something. That person's like, this is kind of cool. I see why there's an appeal to this. It's like you get to sift through all these live videos. And it's cool because I'm assuming that most people are sifting in to get to my video by accident. And they're like, what the fuck did I just get into? Michael Donaldson says you die out here. Sun isn't good for you. Well, I am Irish. I have more Irish traits than I have Mexican traits because I am only 25% Irish. But this is what happens. First off, I live in a coastal town. Just gonna let you guys know this. I live in a coastal town where it's very cloudy a lot of the time. So during winter, it's very cloudy. During fall, it's pretty cloudy too. So the thing is, what I typically do is I get the exposure to the sun. I get a little bit burnt. I do like to use sunscreen. I'm not an idiot. If I'm like swimming in the water, I drench my face in sunscreen. I'm very smart about it. But for the most part, yeah, I need to kind of get reacclimated to the sun. I got to start creating that melanin. But yeah, so me being out in the sun for extended periods of time is not the best idea, considering my Irish skin, right? So I get that. Woo, Michael Donaldson, dude. Oh, this is cool. I could highlight things. I forgot about that. Have you bought any Tesla stock? Says Michael Donaldson. Actually, hold on. So the index. So I've technically yes, because I've been buying the SCHX, which is a index that comprises of 750 different companies. So technically, yes, I have been buying Tesla while it's dipping. Let me make sure of that though. I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT real quick. Is Tesla listed in the SCHX ETF? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So basically, ChatGPT says, yes, Tesla Inc. is included in the Schwab U.S. Large Cap ETF. As of April 4th, 2025, Tesla represents approximately 1.48% of the fund. Wow, 1.48% of the fund's total assets, with the ETF holding around 2.8 million shares valued at approximately 740.6 million. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, yeah, I've been buying a number of shares, a lot of the SCHX, which gets, so yeah, technically I've been buying a lot of the dip. So, dude, the SCHX went all the way down to like $19.80, which was huge, by the way, because that's a buying opportunity, man. I'm really a bear market buyer. Like when bear markets happen, this is what I prepare for because I have a lot of money on reserve, just chilling out. That's what I do, man. So yeah, I've been buying Tesla stock, and I forgot that Tesla's a large cap company, so I should have known. But I wanted to make sure. So yeah, SCHX contains Tesla, and I've been buying that index. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable buying a single company, like just one company, during a bear market. Like if prices of indexes are dropping rapidly, I'm just gonna start racking up on the index because the index itself is very, very valuable. Like I said, the SCHX contains, not financial advice, by the way, but it contains 752 different holdings of large cap companies. So it's really, really convenient. It's not just the S&P 500. It's really just any company that's large cap. And the S&P 500, by the way, is just a bunch of large cap companies. So the market values them quite a bit. Hold on. Oh. Derico Chapman says, "What's up, boss? Nothing not much, man. Chilling out, man. Played some ball earlier. I got a lot of sun. You know, a little worried about our kitty cat, Misty. She's been struggling. She's a little stressed out. She's got a little bit of an injury, it looks like, to her leg. She does go outside, and, you know, we worry about her. She's an outdoor cat naturally. She's a good cat. She's such a good cat. We're just trying our best to make sure she's good. But Michael Donaldson said, but hold on. Derico, what are you up to, G-Dog? We want to know what you're doing. Let us know in the chat. You got some sexy plans? You better. Now, Michael Donaldson says, I originally found your channel by sifting through lives. Subbed when we teamed up against Kamala idiots. Yes. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's how Michael Donaldson and that's how Michael Donaldson found my crazy channel. And I'm surprised you're subscribed, man, because you seem like a pretty upstanding dude. My show is very cheesy and can be kind of boring sometimes. Especially, I think that Donaldson, I think you're not a big fan of when I stream video games. I still enjoy streaming video games, though. It's very fun. There are going to be videos, though, that some people don't like. Hopefully people stay subscribed, but, you know, I'm a variety channel. I do a lot of different things. I like to play music sometimes. I like to react to videos. I like to, you know, discuss things, talk about things. I want to try to have more guests on, for sure. I need to have Tim Smith on here pretty soon, because I haven't had Tim on in a while, and he's always he's just a cool person. Michael Donaldson, one of these days, maybe I should have you. Why don't I have you on the fucking show sometime, man? if you're ever interested, dude, I would be more than happy to have you on the show. And it wouldn't be like a traditional interview. Nothing about this show is traditional, by the way, as you all know. It's just kind of, we're just talking, and we just want to talk to each other. So I want to talk to whoever wants to talk about whatever. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. I'm not biased. I'll talk to anybody. Even if you end up being a crazy person, I'll talk to you. I think everybody kind of needs the time of day. I do tend to interrupt people, though. I do have a bad habit of interrupting people. Like, I try so hard not to. I try so fucking hard, but I tell you. Let's take a look at the poll real quick here. So, would you ever protest Donald Trump or Elon Musk? We have 9 votes. And I'm surprised at this. There's 2 options that nobody's chosen so far. One of the options is only Trump. Elon's just a nerd. Only Elon. Trump's got swag. So basically everybody's kind of decided upon either yay or nay on both. So would you ever protest Donald Trump or Elon Musk is the poll question. 44% of you say yes, both are out of control. 56% of you say no way, I support both legends. Okay. I dig it. I dig these responses. Do you like Trump is what Derico Chapman is asking. Yeah, I love Trump, dude. I think he's great. I think what he and Elon are doing is great. I think the whole Department of Government Efficiency is fantastic. I think the fact that I do believe Donald Trump is trying to end the war in Russia, the war in Ukraine, I mean. And hopefully that stops. We want to see an end to that war. I think everybody does. And if you don't want to see an end to the war, you're just sadly a warmonger. That's all. But yeah, I like Trump. I think he's great. Good Warrior is asking, what's your opinion on Trump right now considering tariffs? I think the tariffs are a good thing. I know that's surprisingly not popular at the moment, which, honestly, everybody who voted for Trump, I'd like to believe, knew this was going to happen. Because we knew about the tariffs. That's one of the reasons I voted for Trump. I think when he started talking about bringing tariffs back, because we used to tariff other countries back in the day, then we stopped, and then we just never tariffed really again. Our tariffs were really low. And it's a good way for the country to make money. It's a good way for us. Hold on. It's a good way for us to lower the debt and not have to rely on simply federal income tax. Because our debt, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. I'm just going to go to ChatGPT because I get lazy. How bad is the U.S. debt overall? Last time I checked, it was at 36 trillion. What is it at now? And this is something nobody talks about. Yes, 30. So it's so as of early April 2025, the United States national debt stands at approximately $36.5 trillion. This makes an increase from 36.22 trillion recorded on March 5th, 2024. Dude, our debt just keeps getting worse. To put this into perspective, the national debt has been on a consistent upward trajectory, influenced by various factors such as economic stimulus measures, tax policies, and government spending programs. The current debt level represents over 120% of the United States gross domestic product, indicating that the nation owes more than its total annual economic output. That's insane, dude. Yikes. That is insane. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I'm a hungry boy. I didn't really eat much today. I'm a big fat boy though, so my body could technically eat its fat reserves, but all right. Trump is amazing, and his tariffs are necessary to fix our country. Absolutely. I think the tariffs are great, man. It's gonna be cool. The tariffs imposed by Trump are only half of what these countries tariff us. Yeah. Like, I looked up the numbers. I think my buddy Billy has been giving me some shitty information because, like, I love my buddy. He's a good dude, but man, he leans so far left sometimes it just freaks me out. Like, I don't consider myself right wing by any means, but I consider myself, I guess you could say, a classic liberal to some degree. But whatever liberalism is, or whatever they say it is, it's not liberalism. I think also these tariff numbers, by the way, like, my buddy watches a lot of left-leaning shit, and I think a lot of his news sources are from left-leaning biased news organizations. And look, good on him, but I can't really. I don't know. Okay, so Willow says, you do know that our government having debt is not the same as debt to a lender, right? Not the same principles of value at all, but it's still debt. It still needs to be paid. The interest rates are really high on it, though, man. Sometimes when that $36 trillion is quite a bit of money. It's quite a big debt. Salted Fishing says, are we talking about Daddy Trump? Yes, we are. Well, I love Trump, dude. And we need to get the debt down. So I'm totally fine with them cutting unnecessary federal departments. I'm fine with them cutting. Sometimes you got to cut back, man. That's fine. But yeah, debt is debt, man. And we become such a huge debtor nation. I think it's a little bit concerning. But nobody sees it as concerning, and that's sad. It really is. Oh, that's hot. Some fucking hot pizza, by the way. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Let's see. Brennan says, should Trump stop playing golf as much? It's costing taxpayers millions. Well, if he wants to play golf, he wants to play golf. I'm not a big fan of any president taking too many vacation times, but even though I'm not a big golf fan, look, if it clears your head, at least he's not like lounging at a beach. You know, sometimes you need a break. And if golf is the break he needs, then golf's the break he needs. It's as simple as that. Yep. U.S. dollars bullshit anyway, man. It's not backed by anything. The thing is, it's just not. You know, you can't trade it in for gold. I mean, you can buy gold with it. In a weird way, that is kind of trading it in for it, you know. But yeah, the dollar's worthless. You're better off having precious metals or stocks, or bonds are actually kind of sketchy because they don't appreciate with inflation. So I'm not a big bonds guy. I love stocks. I love precious metals. Bonds are kind of a third rate for me, even though I have a lot of gold companies, silver mining companies as well. I even have ETFs that expose me to direct gold and silver and stuff like that, so it's a big deal. So how's the pizza? It's fucking good. It's DiGiorno, classic crust. Trump doesn't even accept it. Exactly, Michael Donaldson, man. He doesn't accept he doesn't accept any money for this. So I don't know. Dookie Dunker says idiots. I don't know if you're talking to me, but you can call me an idiot. I don't care. Salted Fishing says maybe mommy Elon can help out and give us children some money. I mean, hey, if they do the Doge dividend, I mean, I'm cool with that. Because if they cut all these shitty federal programs and are actually saving us money, say not having to use as much of the taxpayers' money to bullshit, there's a lot of bullshit that our federal taxpayer money was going to. So I'm fine with Elon Musk cutting half of these fucking departments. Keep going, dude. Keep fucking going. Now, Willow says the intrinsic value of our assets and GDP growth outweigh our debt, which is why the U.S. dollar's loss in buying power is paired with inflation. This is the basis of macroeconomics, brother. Well, all I know is that we have a lot of debt, and it would be nice to see that debt maybe squashed a little bit. That's all I'm asking. Brennan says it is fiat currency, which is based on the government, economy, and global trade. Okay. Yeah, I just buy stocks and try to get exposed to as many different precious metals as possible. Salted Fishing says, what's your favorite game? What do you mean by game? Video game? Board game? My favorite board game is chess. My favorite... well, actually, let me see, because chess is my favorite board game, that's for sure. Favorite video game would have to be probably Star Trek Armada. That's a fucking great game. It's a real-time strategy game, really good game. I recommend everybody try it at least once in their lives. They came out with a second game, Star Trek Armada 2, which is fantastic. It really is. It's a phenomenal game. But yeah. National debt affects all of us. Especially if it's, I think 36 trillion is just a pretty high number, man. Salted Fishing says any national debt affects us. Absolutely. Salted Fishing says BRB. All right. See you in a second, Salted Fishing. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, it's wild. I'm having a good time buying the buying the SCHX on the dip. There's a really good ETF. It's got a lot of large cap companies. Could we go further? Could the markets go down even further? I don't know. Hopefully. That means I'm going to get things at a good deal, baby. Let's see. Salted Fishing says Coke or Pepsi. If I were to go with a favorite, so I like Coca-Cola, but I got to admit, I do have to say that Pepsi has a cleaner taste to it. I love Pepsi. I mean, I love Coca-Cola. But as I grow older, it feels like Pepsi's got a cleaner taste. I can't explain what I mean by that. It's just the way it hits me. The way it hits the taste buds. It just has that feeling to it. So I'm more of a Pepsi guy as I've gotten older. I really don't drink Coke or Pepsi at all, though. I will say, though, as far as a Coca-Cola product is concerned, I love Sprite. That is probably one of my favorite sodas of all time. And I don't drink it as much as... I try not to drink it that much because I think too much soda can be detrimental. So I try to avoid having too much soda in my diet. Salted Fishing says, I was going to leave, but I want to keep this chat alive. Absolutely. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you wanting to keep the chat alive, and hopefully people will give me some super chats. I was hoping that, and not, you guys don't have to, obviously. The fact that you guys are chatting with me is great. But if there's anything that people want to promote, man, super chats is a good way to do it. So I try to encourage everybody. Let's see. The funny thing is, Michael Donaldson says Pepsi, absolutely good man. Salted Fishing says, I get it. Coke is for men. I'm just kidding. At least you like Sprite. So the irony is, I actually have bigger holdings in Coca-Cola than I do in PepsiCo. So overall, I have a higher ownership stake in Coca-Cola than I do in Pepsi. One, mainly because Coca-Cola's got a lot of great brands under its belt. It's funny, when people think of the Coca-Cola company, they think of, oh, well, if I just invest in Coca-Cola, I'm just investing in that one product. No, you're not. You're investing in a lot of products. The product pipeline for Coca-Cola is insane. And it's really tough to compete against a conglomerate like Coca-Cola because they buy so many companies, they buy so many brands kind of under the table in a lot of ways, and it's not widely talked about. But the thing about Coca-Cola is their dominance happens because of their wide product pipeline. And they're really good about getting products off the shelves that don't sell very well over a long period of time. So they keep the products that work, that sell, and they just kind of eliminate products that don't work. But yeah, Coca-Cola is brilliant. They have a lot of fantastic brands. My bro works for Coca-Cola. And yeah. So I'm a huge Coca-Cola fan. I like it. It's a great soda. It's one of the best sodas out there. But yeah, I'm a big Sprite guy too. I love Sprite. Love me some Sprite. It gets the body going. Makes the mussy fresh. I gotta stop talking about the mussy. Anyway. Salted Fishing says, Coke is the most sold soda in the world. Not including all the other brands they own and the products they kind of own, like Monster, they own like 17%. That's kind of cool. So I did not know that Coca-Cola owns part of Monster. That in itself is pretty neat. So that means every Coca-Cola share I have, that means I have some ownership to some degree in Monster energy drinks. And the irony is, not the irony, I guess, no, that wouldn't be an irony at all. It would be the coincidence, not coincidence. What would that be? It would be, I guess you could say the beauty is I drink Monster. I drink one Monster energy drink a day. It's a no sugar one, by the way. I do drink the no sugar Monsters just because it's the healthiest thing I could think of. And look, caffeine keeps me going, man. Caffeine is my drug of choice. I love caffeine. Michael Donaldson says, we used Coke in a car dealership. I worked at a clean corrosion off electrical connections. It's nasty stuff. I can understand that, man. Dude, it is weird. Coca-Cola is extremely acidic. Like, but it is cool that you can use it to clean corrosion off of electrical connections, though. That is wild to me, man. So, like, wait, which Coca-Cola did you use? Did you use, like, Diet Coke, or did you use, like, regular Coca-Cola? Because regular Coca-Cola, all that sugar, wouldn't that get all the parts kind of... I guess you could wash off the parts somehow, but I would assume that all the parts would get sticky even though Coca-Cola itself is super acidic. Did you use Diet Coke, or did you use Coke? Just regular Coke. Salted Fishing says, then sports like Monster Energy Supercross Coke probably make money off that. Yeah. I mean, Coca-Cola, man, is a very, very profitable company. They're one of my favorite companies to own because of their product pipeline and just because they're such a big brand that, man, it's crazy. But yeah, it's the OG, regular Coke, dude. That's crazy. You just got regular Coca-Cola and use that shit. That's wild, man. I just assumed the parts would get kind of sticky. Salted Fishing says, Pepsi wouldn't exist if it weren't for Coke. Coke created Cola. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah. Mr. Donaldson says, soak it overnight, rinse in the morning. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's wild how awesome it is. So Salted Fishing also asks, how much is one share of Coke? Now I want to invest. I think one share of Coca-Cola at my last check-in. I'm curious. I'm really curious here. Hold on. Coca-Cola. Hold on. So at the present moment, because Coca-Cola dropped pretty heavily. In fact, it's a little overvalued still, even though it dipped. But 28 times price over earnings for a company like Coca-Cola is not bad at all. Yeah, but at the current moment, it is $69.76 per share. Its market cap is market capitalization. Basically, the way the market, how would you say, measures its value is the market capitalization. And so basically, the market value of the company overall, the way the market deems it, is basically $301 billion market cap. That's how they rate it. It's pretty cool. Is it still a little overvalued at the moment? Yeah, maybe. I will say, I mean, if the price of Coca-Cola were to dip suddenly by like quite a bit, yeah, absolutely, I would be buying more of it. But let's see here. But yeah. Let's see what else we got. Michael Donaldson says, I'd be a Coke fan if it still had Coke in it. The original recipe. Oh, Jesus. Michael Donaldson, don't say that. Don't say that, bro. Salted fish. That's funny, though. That's true. It had the coca leaves, if I remember right. The coca leaves, baby. Salted Fishing says Coca-Cola sounds amazing right now. Michael Donaldson laughing out loud. Coke is a very rich brand. Yes. All of the above. Yeah, Coca-Cola is honestly a very sound investment. There's a reason that Warren Buffett never sells his Coca-Cola shares, because the company itself is such a huge conglomerate that you would be an idiot to sell any of your positions in it. However, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what this channel is all about, putting your eggs in multiple baskets. Put one egg in this basket, put one egg in the other basket, make sure they're sturdy. And by sturdy, this is kind of an analogy for find great companies, find high quality ones. Although I'm not a financial advisor, clearly, I just want to let you guys know that investing is not hard. I think the problem is the reason that people think investing is a hard thing is because television shows and movies make it seem much more complicated than it truly is. And that's the diff on that one. That's how I see it, bro. Salted Fishing says, I want to rent a Tesla just to drive around town. There was a big protest today. So it's funny. I guess there was supposedly a protest in my local town as well. I guess there was a lot of people. I would have loved to see that protest. It would have been funny as fuck. In fact, I bet you anything. I bet some people that were able to capture the protest. Oh, look at my mouse. I forgot how to remove the mouse on here, but that's okay. Oh, wait, there's a setting, but I like being able to like highlight stuff and let you guys see my mouse. It's gone. We'll figure that out later. I wonder if I was to go on Facebook, I bet I'd see some videos on like the local Coos County groups. Man, there's a ton of anti-Trump protests, huh? And look at they're all in these cities that are far left. Let's see, Utah. Okay, this is interesting. San Francisco, San Diego, Chicago, New York, Boston. Just because there's a lot of people who don't like the fact that the stock... Basically, people are just pissed that the stock market went down. That's really what it boils down to. You're pissed because the stock market went down. You're pissed that you're not going to get cheap shit off of slave labor. Yeah. This is funny. This post says, for those who still support Trump, we are nearing the point where neither Americans nor the world will forgive you. And I say Americans because no, if you support Trump, you do not represent... It says you do not represent America's future, but the worst of its past. I'm sorry. Just because Trump is putting in tariffs and is cutting the federal government, that does not make him bad. It makes you bad for being fucking reliant on the federal government itself. I'm just trying to find some goddamn videos here. Yeah, find these videos, bro. Yeah, here's the thing, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about the tariffs, and my friends can say what they want. People can gaslight me. That's fine, but I'm fine with this. And if you guys aren't, that's fine too. But don't go telling me that I'm the devil. I'm the white devil. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. Likewise, salted fishing, that would be a blast. I think it was a national protest today. Man, the only thing to get me to say Pepsi is better is let's see, relying on the government is crazy. Yeah, I'm afraid of reliance on the government's a bad thing. I'm sorry. Unless you have to. Unless you really have to, I get it. But I bet those protests are funded by George Soros. Salted Fishing says, I don't want my tax money to go pay for transition surgery. Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense to me, man. Map and trans. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. A lot of libs voted. Let's take a look here. Oh, dude, would you ever protest Donald Trump or Elon Musk? They said yes, both are out of control. And then what was the other one? Let's see. The other people are voting too. Wow, 38% say no way. I support both legends. Okay, wow. Here's the thing, man. I like what they're doing, dude. I like what Trump and Vance are doing. Sorry. I like what Trump and Elon are pulling off, dude. LGBTQ members. Hashtag smart people for Vance. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, brother. Look, I think what's happening is people are trying to convince me that what's happening is a bad thing. I still don't see that. I think these tariffs are a good thing. And I like the fact that they're cutting the government. They're gutting it. Needs to be gutted. And I know there's going to be a lot of libs that don't agree with me on this, and that's fine. But the more everybody tells me I'm wrong, kind of makes me wonder if how right I am. You know what I mean? Trump is the GOAT. Absolutely. Guess cool people voted no. I support both legends. Look, I like what he's doing. I voted for Trump on purpose because I knew what he was going to do was he was going to hold on. But it's impressive, man. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. The Sprite looks it's refreshing, man. I love it. I love Sprite, dude. It's very tasty. It's incredible. Well, the poll did not go the way I thought it would. But hey, 38% say no way. I support both legends. 62% say yes, both out of control. Here's the thing. I think people who are looking at vertical lives anyway might be leaning a little left. That's what I think. But yeah, National Day of Protest. I missed out, dude. I could have went on the boardwalk and fucking had my Trump hat on. Kamala would have landed so the walrus poacher I think is joking. I really hope, but the walrus poacher saying Kamala would have had us landing on Mars by now if she was elected. Are you serious? Are you serious, bro? Dude, the walrus poacher, just stop. Get some help, all right? Salted Fishing says, call me racist, sexist, homophobic, all you want, but I'm here for Trump. I'm absolutely here for Trump. I don't understand why everybody's freaking out. I mean, look, they're just afraid Social Security is going to go away. It'll go away inevitably because it's a Ponzi scheme, but whatever. Tim Smith says gonna go get some beer. Any Modelo? Ooh, Negro Modelo, dude. So I'm a big fan of the Negro Modelos. Those are great. I love those beers. They are the best. The greatest beers of all time. It's one of my favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite Mexican beers for sure. And yeah, get it, dude. Tim Smith, smart dude. Salted Fishing says, I'm not a sexist, I'm the sexiest. Tim Smith is also saying, they zer for Kamala. Oh, man. Tim Smith needs to pretend to be woke. That I need to pretend to be woke because it's funny. The Walrus Poacher says, queer says bye for Kamala. Yo, dude, VoIP Logistics, dude. VoIP Logistics and I used to be enemies. I don't even think it's a real enemy ship, but we used to disagree with each other. Now, dude, VoIP Logistics and I, we're like almost like to butt buddy status, dude. It's cool. Thank you, VoIP Logistics. I appreciate you, brother. I got you, boo. I got you, VoIP Logistics. You my boo, dude. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I love trolling too much. Anyway, Tim Smith says, I'm going to Toronto in June for Billy's mini solo tour. Ah, Mr. Corgan. It's so weird when I saw both of them, Billy Corgan and Bill Burr, in the same room. That just blew my mind, dude. Blew my mind. It still freaks me the shit out, though. I'm like, what the hell? Wow, somebody actually voted slightly differently on this. So 6% of you say only Elon. You're only protesting Elon. Trump's got swag. Hell yeah, dude. Salted Fishing says hashtag redneck / hunterman, hashtag fisherman, fisherman for Trump. Okay. And then Tim Smith says VoIP Logistics got my grandma to send him $15,000 in Amazon gift cards. Dude. Go VoIP. VoIP's the man, dude. I don't know if he's like some sort of scammer, but go VoIP. My boy, dude. Salted Fishing says hashtag any blue collar worker for Trump. Anybody smart for Trump. Yeah, I voted. We look. I like the fact that he's trying his best to get jobs back here in America. I love it. We need it. VoIP Logistics says liar. Let's see. Scrooty McBurger says losing weight, I could tell. Thank you. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of weight. I feel like, I played some ball today, got some water weight off, sweat a bit. Let's see. Feeling good, though. But thank you, Scrooty. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. It's good to see you on the chat. Salted Fishing says, okay, I'll shut up. Nah, dude. Honestly, I love it when the chatters get in and chat hard, man. Michael Donaldson says, Bill Burr has recently gone woke. That is sad. That is very sad. Yeah, it's weird, man. I thought he was, like, kind of anti-woke at first, and then I realized, oh, God, Bill Burr is just as sadly much a part of the establishment as some of these other cuck comedians. I call them cuckedians, but whatever. Anyway, let's see here. The Salted Fishing says the chat's picking up. Hey, bro, you looking good. Thank you. I feel sexy. I mean, I've been doing more like look at these muscles, dude. Look at this. So I've been doing more dead hangs and trying my best to get up there, but just staying good, dude. My auntie is anti-woke. That's funny, dude. So do you call her anti-woke? Love Tim. Tim Smith's too funny, dude. Tim Smith, you are a wordsmith, my man. Goddamn wordsmith. Salted Fishing says, what about Garth Brooks going woke? All his Southern listeners hate him now. People actually listen to Garth Brooks? No, I mean Garth Brooks is all right. Like it saddens me that when country music stars actually go woke. It's like, first off, the woke people weren't even listening to your shit to begin with. So don't try to get them to listen to your shit. You going woke only destroys your audience that you had before. And I think a lot of these people who go woke aren't really woke. They just think they have to. Or they have like people in their lives that peer pressure them to go woke. Like, I love my friends. I love my family. I would say some of them are pretty woke. I love them. But I'm not going to be peer pressured into believing half the shit that some of my friends try to put towards me. I believe collectivism's shitty, mainly because the history proves me right and everybody else wrong on it. And yeah, anyway. Let's see. VoIP Logistics says, I'm here to discuss the $6 trillion lost in 2 days. That's just value. It's just $6 trillion in value that went down. How much do you think the Dow will lose? Well, it depends, man. I have no idea. It could keep going down. It could go back up. I really don't know. Look, markets can sometimes be unpredictable. And actually, markets are very unpredictable in the short term. However, markets can be very predictable in the long term. For example, stocks are valuable. That matters. When stocks are valuable, if it's a valuable company, that is, if these are valuable companies that you're owning, and they're growing, or they do stock buybacks or something, and their market capitalization goes up, that's big. That's huge. So I would say, I don't know how far it'll go down. Maybe the stock market will crash even further. Who knows? Maybe it'll go back up. I don't know. All I know is that every day that it's dipped, I have been racking up on the SCHX. This is not a recommendation, by the way, not financial advice. Talk to a fucking financial advisor, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, I'm trying to say this. I was buying some fat indexes, right? I think the best thing that I could buy during a bear market is large cap ETFs, right? Nothing with too many low caps. However, low caps are not bad to have either. You could actually get a broad market index that has pretty much everything in it. You can get like VT or VTI, or you can combine the VTI and the VXUS. That's fine too. There's other ones that are similar to that. But yeah, I've got exposure to international companies. I've got exposure to U.S. based companies. You name it. It's out of this world. Salted Fishing says some people are just dumb, but like Garth turning into a blue head. Oh man, that's funny. Garth Brooks didn't go woke is what. So Toby Thompson's saying Garth. I don't know much about what people are doing. I really don't give two shits for the most part. But Garth Brooks didn't go woke is what Toby Thompson's saying. And then Salted Fishing said, yeah, he did, dude. This is turning into a comment war, dude. We're talking about Garth Brooks being woke. What the fuck? Why is my comment section so gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? No, just kidding. Toby Thompson says, how so? And then Salted Fishing says, Garth Brooks has faced criticism and backlash, particularly from conservatives, for his stance on inclusivity and his support for LGBTQ rights and diverse perspectives, which some perceive as woke. Okay. Thanks, Google. Yeah. Oh, well, hold on. The lens was not focusing the way it needed to. Toby Thompson said he has always had those beliefs. I don't know. If he's woke, he's woke. I don't really care. I don't listen to country music anyway. I think it's annoying. I don't even think really anybody who lives in some people, I guess, who live in the country listen to country music, but I don't know. I'd like to believe that country music's just a terrible genre of music. I mean, hey, if you like it, more power to you. But man, it's tough. I can't sit through country songs. It's very difficult. Maybe that's on me for not being enlightened enough. Let's see. Oh man, I realize I've been streaming for a while. I'm going to get off of here in just a few moments, you guys. But Salted Fishing says, nope, after performing the national anthem during some political event under Biden, he's changed. Oh. Hey, Biden rubbed him the right way, baby. Honestly, the moment you get that scent of Biden, you're like, yeah, riding with Biden, dude. You start saying riding with Biden, and you start getting like all horned out for Biden, dude. Michael Donaldson says, what rights are the alphabet people denied? I don't know. I can't think of any. Oh, I think they're mad about like male and female restrooms. I think that's a thing, but I don't know. I think it's just an excuse to break shit, to be honest. I think a lot of the protests these days are just excuses to break shit. I don't think any of these people actually believe in what they're saying. But, yeah, woke people. I don't understand the woke shit. I think a lot of people just want to get angry at shit. I really do. That's why I think people watch the news. They want an excuse to be angry at something. The angriest people I know just surround themselves with news, and their lives are no better as a result. I still think it has a psychological impact on people, especially at the subconscious level. But nobody listens to me, because I'm not an expert. But you can make determinations based off a little bit of logic and a little bit of analysis, whatever. I don't speak right. Salted Fishing says that was about racism, which isn't woke. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I don't really care. I don't really give two shits about Garth Brooks. Salted Fishing says, Garza, are you getting annoyed at the... First off, I think Garth Brooks is... I've listened to a couple of his songs. I'm not... I don't see the appeal. I don't even see the appeal to country. I just think country music's fucking annoying. Like, look, lyrically, I think a lot of country music's actually lyrically beautiful. Like, there's some songs that have made me cry that are country songs. But if it... There's just something about the way they sing. This is that southern twang. You got to do your thing. You know, it's like, I don't know. I can't do it for too long. The only racism I see is anti-white. Yeah, it's true. Oh, hold on. Yes. I can agree with that. Like, it sucks. Like, I'm Hispanic, but, you know, people treat me like shit because of my skin color. Salted Fishing says there we'll stop. No. You guys can keep discussing Garth Brooks. I'm just going to continue to be disgusted by it. I really don't mind. I like it when the chat I like it when people in the chat just kind of talk about what they want. I don't even care if you guys ignore me, to be honest. I like it when the chat gets out of control. It's fun. And I think more people should embrace it. But yeah, I'm surprised at the reaction to the tariffs. If we're going to be honest, I think the only reason that people are reacting negatively is because the stock market crashed for a couple days. That's what I believe. They're saying that Trump is so bad for the economy. No, the only thing Trump is bad for is if you're about ready to cash out on your 401k, then you're going to have to wait a little bit. Also, I never understood why people don't just collect dividends or bond payments for the rest of their lives. For instance, my portfolio consists of a wide variety of stock ETFs and bond ETFs. I will always be diversified. I will always be protected because of that level of diversification. I will also always have an income. That's the important thing to note. I always will have an income because of the way I invest. I'm diversified, and when bear markets happen, I invest as much as I possibly can. I'll even borrow money if I have to. I don't like to borrow money, but if I have to, I'll borrow money. Buying in a bear market's the best time. And I'm a long-term holder, so. It's a win-win situation regardless. Salted Fishing says, no, racism is just the truth. Many Trump supporters are anti-racism. But when he started supporting LGBT, yeah, I don't know. It's funny because Trump is probably the least racist president we've had in a while. People disagree with me on that, but honestly, if he's so racist, then why the hell did a whole bunch of why did so many of my people, my Mexican brothers, why did so many Latino men like myself vote for Trump? You tell me. Toby says, if you're proven wrong, will you admit it? I think you're probably talking to Salted Fishing. I don't really care. Salted Fishing says, possibly. I'm out later, Garza. Michael Donaldson's like, I'm done. Michael Donaldson's like, fuck Garth Brooks, too. I don't really care about Garth Brooks one way or another. I don't care if he's woke. I just hate country music. I can't stand it. Like, I'll listen to you guys talk about country music, but please don't make me listen to it. Toby Thompson says, not you, LOL. LOL, propaganda. I don't know. It's all the same to me. Hey, look, you guys, I'm tired. I'm going to eat some more pizza. I'm going to relax a bit. I'm going to read a book. And like I said, I'm going to relax and try not to shove anything up my behind. All right, you guys. Okay, I'm a little tired. To everybody who participated, my boy Tim Smith, my boy Michael Donaldson, my boy Salted Fishing. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. I'm always glad to see you. Thank you, Toby Thompson, for the last minute getting in on this. Make sure you guys like the video, though. Subscribe to the channel. The more likes and subscribes we have, the crazier we get. Trying to think if there's anybody else I was missing, but yeah, I know my boy Tim Smith, Michael Donaldson, blah blah blah. My boys, dude, my boys. Had some person named Willow. I forgot about Willow. Who else is on here? I'm trying to recall. That's really it, man. We just had Salted Fishing, Toby Thompson. A lot of people on here, so good shit. Well, that was a good stream, you guys. Thank you guys for viewing. Appreciate it.